I like how the menu is different in each world too, just for that extra flavor. So we've got the Sorcerer's Apprentice hat going now.
You don't ever get to come back to this place, do you?
Not to this tower, no. I do come. I mean, I have to come back to Twilight Town twice later on.
Maybe there's some clothes in here.
Please!
Can't breathe in these clothes. Ah, much better.
That was fast.
He changes the clothes almost as fast as Yuna.
And we're off. Finally out of the first world. All the cutscenes that are in the cockpit of the gummy ship are unskippable, but all of them combined are, I think, under 2 minutes, so it's pretty bearable.
Only that's down. Wait, what?
I love that.
So something you're going to see me doing a fair amount in the run is using Valor Form, my first drive form, just for faster movement, just because I can run faster and fight faster too, which I'm going to be doing in the next room. Hey Moogle, we'll be seeing you in a couple hours.
Ah, the telebombs. That really don't do much.
Yeah, they're actually kind of more annoying than anything else, just because they can knock the nobodies up into the air, and then you lose your combo on them. I don't think everybody knows about Valor Form 2 is that when you're doing a combo with Valor Form at any point, you can press the square button to immediately go to your finishing move. So I did that after I'd hit the Samurai Nobody a couple times, just to kind of micromanage how much damage I was doing. That's really important for a couple boss battles too, like coming up in Beast Castle especially.
The other advantage of using Valor Form, or starting Valor Form out of battles, then you don't run the risk of doing the...
Anti-form.
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah, because getting anti-form is based on a system called anti-points, which goes up every time you use Valor Form, but even when you have enough anti-points to have a risk of anti-form, you'll never get it if you do it outside of the battle. So for this battle here, once the samurais start coming out, I try to use the reaction command because the splash damage from it can kill other nobodies nearby. I wish it was over. Yeah, sometimes Leon kind of does more harm than good as far as like knocking nobodies far to the back of the room or kind of boxing them into corners where you can't kill them quite as quickly as Sora can. And then you've got the defense lasers too that can, especially if they hit nobodies that are right up against the gates, they can make it so that I mean, if you try to hit them, you're just hitting the wall instead, basically. So anytime I'm in these gummy missions, that's a perfect time for donation comments.
Yep.
Because these are pure rail shooters. There's the only thing that I can do to speed them up in any way is to get as low of a score as possible, just because that speeds up the results screen at the end a little bit.
You don't get as many rewards.
Mm-hmm.
Don't have to sit through that.
So getting the absolute lowest score possible is actually kind of hard, it sounds
Yeah, yeah, I'll go for. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely going to go for that on the Port Royal gummy mission to try to prove that I'm the worst gummy pilot ever. This one's impossible as far as I know, just because you can't not get hit by asteroids and stuff.
Yeah, every time you get hit, you get points.
Yeah, you get a point every time you get hit, which is kind of an interesting mechanic.
like. Got hit. 1 point.
So we do have a donation here from Ultimisi. It's $3. The comment says, "Hello everyone, I love the event and everything with it. I just have one small problem. I just cannot hear the donation reader's voice. Could we Yuna up his voice a bit? Because Yuna. Cheers." Well, actually, we've made adjustments to make sure that that is possible, and we are making sure that the audio balance is correct. So let us know if we've done it right. Thank you very much.
Oh, 2
So many points. I might set a new record though. We'll see. I've never gotten a 0 on this one though, just because I've never not gotten hit by the asteroids at the end. I think it's this one. Yeah, it is this one. I'm sure if I actually practiced this, I could probably get better at avoiding the asteroids, but that would involve practicing this.
Yeah.
And since it has no effect if you get a half a dozen points.
Nope. But hey,
There's other more.
new record 7!
That seems kind of high. This is golf rules, right?
I'm gonna steal from King.
Mhm. So I learned the fire spell from Hollow Bastion, and you can actually use magic as part of combos in this game. So with the fire spell and that combo boost ability I just equipped, which makes the finishing swing of my ground combos stronger, I can mow down shadows a lot more efficiently. Yes.
So what you're doing there is 2 fires and then the physical attack, and that'll be the final of your combo.
Go Donald. Donald's still pretty strong in Land of Dragons, just because if he uses his Thunder spell on those flying mages, then it only takes, I think it keeps forgetting if it's 1 or 2 more hits from Sora to kill them instead of 4 total.
So explain choosing the characters you get in a world versus not.
Well, right now I don't have a choice, actually. You're forced to take Ping until she becomes Mulan. And then I'm still going to take her just because she's useful for the Shan Yu battle. And getting to the Shan Yu battle. But yeah, you will see me use the guest characters a couple times, and if I do that, it's going to be because either their limit is useful, or because I want to be able to use the solo version of Trinity Limit, which I'll be getting in Olympus Coliseum. You guys are really annoying. Because of that move right there.
Yeah, just kind of wait. See what they do.
Thought he was going to be spinning. This guy is wrecking me. Snipe. That's the main use of Blizzard at this point, is just for getting snipe kills on enemies that are farther away than I'd like to chase.
Or far too annoying.
Burn the tents.
No, the tent. Now where will everyone sleep? Oh, where is it?
There it is.
They follow fairly predictable spawn patterns, but they do move around a lot too.
Where's all the other soldiers? That's what I want to know.
They got scared and ran away from the shadows, I guess.
You better not be in the tents.
Yeah. Go Donald. So coming up here, after I've broken the second rock wall, I'm trying to do a trick where I can delay the spawn of the next set of Heartless and get through faster.
Yeah, it's when you're breaking this wall, if you get interrupted during the combo, then you have to start all over again. So what he's doing here is he's having those 2 enemies follow him to the next one, and that will delay the next enemy spawn up here, so that he can get through this before it comes.
Alright, got it. Yeah, because there's a assault rider, this centaur, like Heartless, that spawns right in front of that wall, and if it's there before you get there, it's pretty much impossible to get past without having to fight it.
And who wants to fight it if you don't have to?
Exactly. If I was feeling more adventurous, I'd have tried to do it without having to look at them to make sure they were actually following me, but it's really, really, really bad if you don't get that despawn, just because then your Valor form will probably run out before you get here, and you want to explain the drive refill mechanic?
Yeah. Well, anytime well, there are certain ways you can keep your drive gauge. If it's not completely run out and you go into certain areas, then it will automatically refill it. So that happens if you enter a screen where Dalton and Goofy are like NPCs, they're not following you around. I think in this case it's because you went to a battle where Dalton and Goofy are.
Yeah, because it did a
there.
forced party change. That's another thing that'll reset it.
And leaving a world will do it too.
Mhm.
So he uses that a lot for the run too, just to keep his drive gauge filled.
Slide dash.
Slide dash is very, very good, and we'll be seeing a lot of that very soon. So a lot of the strats I use are kind of dependent on being able to keep my drive gauge past certain points.
I know why you put the red outfit on. If you went in the snow, it helps keep you warm, right? In case you can't see it, there's a whole book of notes sitting in front of Wexel here. What was it, 13 pages or so?
Roughly, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know whether this or my FF6 notes are longer.
Yes, it is a 3-ring binder.
With color coding. So a trick I can do during this battle is, because this is another timed battle where I'm just trying to get as much experience as I can, is if I'm kind of running out of Heartless to fight, I can jump and lock on to one of the jet thruster Heartless in the sky, and that'll cause them to come down. That's not really a super high number. I usually like to get closer to 60, but I did kill quite a few of those bolt towers, which are worth more than the jet thrusters. Now we get Mulan. Something you'll be seeing me do if I don't double tap the circle button is to customize guest character AI. Like I'm going to do that right now in Mulan. Oops. And that's for the Shan Yu battle, so that she'll take out the Heartless that are attacking the gates, so I'm not really in any kind of danger of losing because of the gates being destroyed.
So you changed it so that she'll attack a target other than yours.
Husora is attacking, yep.
Oh, the pretty village is destroyed. That's sad.
Time for revenge.
is Neverland.
Yep.
I assume that lets you skip a whole bunch of that area.
Yep, that's a movement optimization that was found to just fly over that whole area right there.
Are you like going out of bounds through that area, or? Kinda,
Well, you're
or-
just kind of flying over stairs and cliffs that you'd have to jump down otherwise.
Hmm.
So it's just a few seconds faster for raw movement. These guys can be big trolls sometimes.
So we have a $5 donation from Valigator. It says, found out about this while watching Takafai's Kingdom Hearts 2 100% journal run, and Kingdom Hearts being one of my favorite games, I just had to watch it. I must say I'm a little disappointed to see that Bravely Default, the best Final Fantasy, is not on schedule, but I'll forgive you if you take no damage during Roxas fight. Well, good luck to all runners.
That might be tough. We might need to have a wager on that. If I can get the Roxas skip first try. So I'm guarding against him right here because it forces him out of dark mode.
A little tougher in dark mode then, I take it.
Yeah, you can't stagger him in dark mode.
Aerial sweep. So are you still focusing more on aerial combos, or are you switching? to
Now that I
ground
have
yet?
slide dash, I'm using, like for that I was using ground combos just because I could slide dash into him. 'Cause when you have slide dash equipped, if you lock onto an enemy that's out of your range, you'll slide into them and damage them when you hit them, and then you can continue a combo from there. So I'm going on to do Olympus Coliseum next instead of Beast Castle, just because the prizes I get from the battles in Olympus Coliseum are really useful for the bosses in Beast Castle.
So we have a $35 donation from Yagamoth. So this
Hey,
says,
Yagamoth.
Happy Halloween.
Yagamoth's a really cool guy. He runs Secret of Mana and I think Scapegoat.
We also have a $10 donation from Slice. It says, Slice here. Good luck for all the runners. I hope Puetzel doesn't drop as many frames as last Sunday. I'd like to put this towards Final Fantasy VI 100%. That's actually been met. So if you would like to have your donation reassigned to something else, you may get in contact with this one on the QuakeNet IRC.
I'm not going to be attempting a 0 score in this mission, just because this is the only one where death is actually a risk. Just because almost everything that this big ship, which I think looks exactly like the final boss from Kingdom Hearts 1, by the way, almost everything that it does takes out about 20% or so of your HP. Not really, I guess not so much those little lasers, but these little mini whales and then the bullet bills that it starts shooting out of the cannon.
Yeah, those hurt a lot.
hurt a lot, along with the big bang explosions. Like that. This is by far going to be the highest score that I get in gummy missions.
Do you get any prizes?
Let's find out. You usually have to get a couple tens of thousands of points to start getting prizes that should have additional time on the screen.
Just don't blow up any of the gold or red ones, right?
Yeah, the gold, because the gold ones often give you like new gummy parts. So I was trying to avoid the gold crab ship. This is one of the longer worlds in the run too, just because it has a lot of bosses, a lot of running around, and you can't use drive forms in the underworld until after you've recovered the Olympus Stone from Demyx.
Although this place has one of the coolest lines in the game.
Yep. It has some special meaning for Essentia too. Or at least
guess.
the guy who said it does.
I guess it's more of a conversation, but still, it's about one of the coolest in the game.
Oh, you're talking about Auron's cutscene, or?
Uh-huh.
I was thinking about one that we're actually going to hear shortly after said cutscene. This is my story, and you're not part of it.
Oh, they missed.
Yeah.
No damage.
Usually they hit me even if I don't. Usually I don't have to stop to get them to hit me and give me a little minor speed boost.
That's it.
Yeah, so a fun fact, the guy who does Hades' voice was born in the same town that I grew up in.
So Essentia's hometown is to blame for this next series of battles I have to fight.
It's my fault that we feel the heat.